Kia ora koutou, Reese from QuickSense here, and today we're looking at position of a vector. Now in this question below we're given 4 different vectors and we're asked which is not a position vector relative to O. And immediately looking out at me, or something that jumps out at me looking at these is that this doesn't actually have O as a part of it. So what I can do is I can try and draw them. So OA, right, that's this vector here. OB, well, this is relative to O as well. AC, right, what's that doing? Well, that's going from A, it goes through O, the origin, but it is not relative to O. That's just happenstance, right? Whereas OD, well, that is with respect to O. So just because it passes through the origin doesn't mean it is a position vector relative. What matters is the way we write it. In this next video, we're asked to find some new position vector based on some tricky pieces of information, or they're tricky if we don't draw them down first or think of them as points on a graph. So I've got points A, B, and C, and I know something about A and I know something about B. So if I were to draw a rough set of axes, well, OA goes to around here, which is 2, 2, and OB goes to around here, let's say. Now, I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger so we can see. The distance between these 2 points, right, B is the midpoint of AC. So I need to go another version of whatever this is. Right, so I'm doubling that to go twice the distance, which tells me, right, my final vector with respect to O, OC, is going to look like that. Right, if we think of this as, well, this is A, the vector from A to B. Well, as B is the midpoint, then I do an extra one of those to get from B to C. So essentially what I need to do to solve this problem is somewhere down the bottom, I need to go OB plus whatever AB is, right, because that's equal to BC, and that'll give me the direct vector. So let's begin. What do we know? Well, we know that OA plus OB is equal to AB is equal to OB. Right, that's how I end up there. So OA plus this AB is equal to OB. So when we add vectors, it's much like arithmetic. So 2 plus something equals 6. Right, so x is going to be 4. The second one, 2 plus something equals 9, so that'll be 7. So that is my AB, which is equal to BC. Right, so let's think of this down here in terms of BC. They're the same. So, I know what OB is. That's 6, 9. Now I know what BC is. That's 4, 7. And now I can figure out what OC is. 6 plus 4 is 10. 9 plus 7 is 16. So what's the position vector of C relative to O? Right, how do I draw that? Well, I draw that like this. It's 10, 16.